In 2008, Nickelodeon partnered with Royal Caribbean Cruise to create a one-of-a-kind Nickelodeon family experience. I'm of course talking about the Nickelodeon Family Cruise. The cruise included character breakfasts, interactive game shows, and the chance to hang out with your favorite Nickelodeon characters. Today, this cruise has sadly passed away. Now, as you know, I'm a bit obsessed with bizarre cruises, and this is definitely one of them. I remembered the existence of this thing in the back of my head, and I was reminded of it, thanks to Lucas, also known as Fred, and thought it would be kind of fascinating to do my own deep dive into this thing. Let's enter this time machine together. Hopefully, editor does like a time machine sort of thing for this bit that I'm talking about right now. And we're in 2009, the great year of 2009. The movie Avatar has just come out, I think. Pretty sure it came out in Christmas time, and this is earlier than that, but you know, don't even think about it too much. This is a pamphlet advertising one of the earliest voyages. Nickelodeon and Royal Caribbean are teaming up to give you the vacation experience of a lifetime, baby. So it states here the first ever one took place from these dates in August 2008. Such a success, in fact, that in 2009, there will be 2 Nickelodeon family cruises with Royal Caribbean International. So this first one seemed to start off at Los Angeles, City of Angels, or so I've heard. Cabo, this place, and this place, and then back to Los Angeles. The East Coast one seemed to start at Florida, go to the Bahamas, go to Puerto Rico, go to the Bahamas, go to Florida. On the cruise, you can hang out with someone in a SpongeBob costume, probably dying from the heat. This seems horrible. Sunbathing in that costume, no thank you. And a person in an Aang costume where Aang doesn't blink. It's kind of awesome to look at ads for this from back then. So this is the advertised experience of a typical kid on the cruise.
He came, he saw, he got slime. Ira from Alabama entered the...
Ideally, best case scenario on this, you're coming to the ship, you're seeing it, and then I just like to get a better understanding of what this experience was. Because I get like a water park-esque area where there's like a little machine putting the slime on you, but this more seems like a weird sort of ritual situation where everyone in the cruise ship is sitting there, and is there like a guy whose his job is to put the bucket of slime on this, on people, on kids?
Slime!
And everyone's looking at it, like everyone's like, wow, we gotta check this out. We gotta check out how they throw a bucket of slime on one kid.
He got slime! Ira from Alabama entered the Nickelodeon Family Cruise Sweepstakes and won. He and his awesome family set sail for...
So is it just the people who win the sweepstakes that have the luxury of sitting in that orange cheap inflatable pool and having someone throw a bucket at you? That's cool. That makes a lot of sense.
For a 7-day trip aboard the Nickelodeon Family Cruise with Royal Caribbean International.
Nick Cruise rocks!
His trip was filled with non-stop nautical action, from games and sports to live entertainment and hanging with...
Again. The live entertainment is a different kid getting slime? What's going on, you know? That's what I want to know. As we've established, Royal Caribbean did the cruises in 2008 and 2009. But then between the years 2010 and 2015, it was Norwegian Cruise Line who were doing all this stuff. So this is like an ad from their sort of era when they took on the mantle of the Nickelodeon cruisers. So I'm assuming this is like a day in the life. This ad is like 30 seconds long, but this is what your day would have looked like. 1:43. Terrifying, man. I don't know. Like, when I'm at Disneyland, I'm not as freaked out by the characters, but there's something scary about him. It's just the huge eyes that don't blink, and I know I'm pretty sure the Disney characters also don't blink. Maybe it looks friendlier in person. I don't know. Okay, there's some sort of contradiction here. Crazy, they're throwing slime and all that. Okay, I don't want to pause on the foot. But this is Nickelodeon after all. So I'm not very surprised that they included that shot. Is the idea that all the kids are locked in this room where they're like throwing slime everywhere and just like getting crazy, running around being like, ah! And then the mom and the dad get to do this. I don't know if I'm buying that. Personally, I think the kids will be bringing that insane energy to all the spots. I don't know if it fully gave you the peace of mind that's advertised over here. I'm not sure. Frankly, as a kid, this would have been sick to go on. I think as an adult, But you gotta remember that even if it's not the most top-notch experience, as a kid, just seeing a bunch of characters you like from shows that you watch and getting to go through like an experience from a TV show that you watch, even if that experience is not the best thing ever, you love that. It's still kind of like really awesome back then.
An all-access cruise on Norwegian Cruise Line.
Wait a second, they got the Blue Men Group in this? Now that's really good stuff. Now I'm sold as an adult as well.
Cruise Line. How much can you fit?
How much slime do you think they have on that boat? Do you think they had to like throw out some of the sort of like life-saving rafts so they can have enough space for all that slime? Do you think that's like a sacrifice they had to make? If so, that's the correct sacrifice.
Into 1 minute. Only one
All of that happened in 1 minute?
Nickelodeon all-access cruise left in 2011.
Dude, do you think it's a nightmare, like, to wash off all that slime? Because Nickelodeon is just going around throwing slime at everyone. Like, when that slime dries up, that's probably, like, pretty yucky. It's like a pretty yucky thing, and then the parents need to take care of that. I'm not believing that whole relaxing on the shore thing, you know? Ooh, okay. So at the end here it says NickelodeonCruise.com. I'm assuming that website doesn't exist anymore, but maybe we can go see it through Internet Archive, maybe perhaps? Okay, so yeah, if you just put in the link through normal Google Chrome, it just goes to the Norwegian Cruise Line page. Ooh, okay. It is saved on the Wayback Machine. Ooh. Okay, so this just mentioned as part of their page about family cruises. Only Norwegian includes Nickelodeon as part of its entertainment lineup. Whether you're singing along with SpongeBob and friends at our Pajama Jam character breakfast or giggling during a playful Nickelodeon show, there's something for everyone in your family to enjoy. Oh, God. Why are the SpongeBob characters so freaky in real life? Nickelodeon Pajama Jam Breakfast. Leave your pajamas on and experience Nickelodeon Pajama Jam character breakfast. Team Nick and the rest of the gang will sing and dance while your family enjoys a delicious breakfast. You could also go to Dora's dance party. You could also go to Nickelodeon Arts and Crafts. Create arts and crafts where kids and their parents can develop Nickelodeon-themed crafts together. And you can meet and greet Nickelodeon characters. Some places would only let you meet or greet. Incredible that you can do both. So we've kind of gone over how there were like shows with the stars of Nickelodeon, meaning the people wearing the costumes of the stars from Nickelodeon. And I kind of want you to see what that really was. So there they are, the stars. The big three, as they're called in the rap game: Dora, SpongeBob, and Patrick. The three characters that make the most amount of money. Goes on like that for like 4 minutes. They sing, "It's your day, your Nickelodeon day." They also brought like actual Nickelodeon stars, like humans, to come on the cruise ship. So here we have Janet McCurdy, KK Palmer, and Nathan Kress. I don't really know about their experience at Nickelodeon, but having read this book a few months ago, yeah, it feels a bit rough seeing Janet McCurdy here. So this is their unbiased review of this cruise. Let's hear it.
This has been the most awesomely incredible week ever.
This says, well, it's kind of hard to hear them. This has been the most awesome, incredible week ever. I think that's what she's saying. An unbiased review.
We're so glad you guys could come live it up with us here on the Nickelodeon cruise.
Thanks
And she's really glad they came to the Nickelodeon cruise.
so much for hanging with us.
And he's so happy that everyone's come out to hang with them. Yeah, that's an awesome concept. Just take a bunch of teenagers and parade them around on a cruise ship. That's cool. That's normal. So what I've been really interested in is kind of going back and reading some of the reviews of this thing. In at least one of those ads, they sort of showcase this as a nice, relaxing experience for the parents. And Well, we'll see what the reviews say. This one talks a little bit about the food. The food was meant to be SpongeBob themed. Star pancakes, some green slime. Ugh, enough with the slime, guys. It was pretty bad, but we had ate enough all week and we're not hungry. Very bare minimum. This one talks about how the food is pretty awful. The start of this one looks a bit more positive, memorable for families. For example, one of the most anticipated Nickelodeon events is the Slime Time live show. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what had actually gone through the Slime Time live show. What did that ritual entail? You know, what was going on over there? How did they pick who's getting slimed? Is just the whole fun of it just seeing someone get slimed? Is the slime punishment or is it reward? I have to understand this. However, on both of our sailings, they canceled this event. In talking to the Nick staff, they said to raise the issue with the CD to see if they could run one later in the week. What? Seems a little late to slap it together. I don't care if there are only 5 kids on the ship. Pull them up on stage and slime them. I don't care if there's only one kid on this ship. Bring them up on stage and slime them. This is God's will. They said that they need a lot of kids so they can have a big audience and so on. So this is already kind of painting the picture of a dwindling Nickelodeon cruise. This one from earlier mentioning that the food's pretty awful does say that the kids had a blast and that their friends' girls were dancing up a storm in the dance party. To be clear, what we're reading about now, I should have clarified this, but there was a fully dedicated Nickelodeon cruise. So what we've been reading about so far are the ones that aren't just Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon is sprinkled about, you know, in certain times. But the reviews we're going to read about now are about the 100% Nickelodeon cruises. It's Nickelodeon all the time on these ones. You gotta, when you wake up, you gotta swim through a bunch of slime to eat your food. Let's see how good of a time these people have had. The first couple of days on board, we were at sea making our way to Florida. It was hectic and terribly overwhelming. The kids club, not part of Nickelodeon, was bombarded with parents, and it seemed that there wasn't much organization or preparedness for the influx of requests they received. So hectic and terribly overwhelming. Okay, that doesn't seem as relaxing as in the advert. This one talks about how it was chaotic and stressful, and the events were very crowded, and the restaurants were slow. At the time of our cruise, the cost was about $947 per person. This does not include taxes, nor does it include a $12 per day per person service charge that is included on your bill. Each day you are on board, this service charge is not mandatory. What? So what does that mean? Is that like a tipping thing? Is that what that means? What? That's weird. Okay. In 2015, the Norwegian Cruise Line Company decided to not renew their contract with Nickelodeon. Many people blame it on the Nickelodeon brand in general kind of declining, but also reviews of this thing were kind of shaky. It seemed like kids generally enjoyed it, but not the people who are paying for it. Which, at the end of the day, you gotta figure out how to cater to both audiences. Have you gone on this cruise ship? If so, I'd love to hear what that was like. And if you haven't, do you reckon that as a kid, you would have liked to go on that cruise ship and stand on that stage with your head held high and have a bunch of slime on thrown at you? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Please subscribe for less slime content from here on out.